Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about how to initiate conversations like a pro. And a lot of people, especially non-native English speakers, they struggle so much when it comes to starting a conversation. They are very likely to just be sitting there very awkwardly, like just waiting for the conversation to happen. But many times when you are starting a conversation with someone in English, you cannot rely on the other person to strike up the conversation, to start the conversation. You cannot rely on them to guide the conversation, to steer the conversation. I'm going to repeat that sentence one more time because I think it's really important for you to hear and for you to understand. And then I'm going to, in this video, give you many different tips and different ways that you can initiate this conversation, especially with confidence. And then what can you fall back on? What are some safe ways that you can ask these questions, but then what are some more interesting ways? How can you spark curiosity? How can you guide the conversation? So I want to repeat that you can't rely on others to guide the conversation. You are the one that needs to stop taking a passive role in your English communication, and you need to start taking more of an active role. If you're passive, it means you don't take control, you don't ask the questions, you're always waiting. And if you're waiting, it means you don't speak up, and it means you're fully relying on the other person to dictate whether you have a fun conversation, whether you have a good conversation, which direction that conversation is going to go in. So you're really not able to really trust yourself. You're not able to have confidence in your own communication, and that is a problem. So I'm going to try and give you some tools. I'm going to try and give you some ways that are really going to help you to initiate conversations like a pro in English. And let's start with the first one. So the first one is about really thinking about the environment and what you're surrounded by when you are having these conversations in English. The first thing is, do you know anything about this person? If you do, please just ask some questions about these things that you know about them. Oh, hey, I know you're from South Africa. Is it normally this hot there? So you're connecting to where you are now and where this person is from. That's a really engaging, good connection that you can make. You know they have children. Hey, I remember you said your daughter plays tennis. How's that going? Such a great question. You're connecting something that they care about because it's something in their life, and then you're connecting it to a relevant moment as well. Let me give you another example. Your wife just got a promotion. Okay, this is the thing that you know. Oh, hey, I remember you said your wife got promoted. Which company was that for again? So again, you're showing interest. This person's talking about it. And if this person enjoys talking about this, they'll talk a lot. They'll give more information. They want to share. They want to connect, okay? If you don't know any information about the person, then you think about yourself, okay? What do you know about yourself? You know everything, okay? You know what you're interested in. You know what your likes are, your dislikes. You know what you care about. You know what you're passionate about, okay? So don't be afraid to bring up your own opinion, to bring up your own ideas. Let's start with something simple, like the weather, okay? Wow, it's really hot today. Yeah, actually, as you know, I'm from England, and in England, the weather is always changing all the time. Like, I would love for it to be hot every day, but yeah, it's just not something that we're able to get there. Seasonal depression is real. So what I just did there is I just brought up my own topic. I just started talking because I wanted to bring up a conversation. Some people can actually refer to this as nervous speaking. Okay, it's good to actually sometimes practice this because it means even if sometimes when people are nervous, they talk more. Okay, but nervous speaking is normally seen more in a negative way, you're just kind of rambling and talking about random stuff. But bringing up just a topic because you're nervous, everyone's nervous when they meet someone for the first time, and it's normal, it's not a problem. So what you're doing is you're trying to connect, you're trying to bring up a topic that you're trying to get a reaction out of that person, to add to the story, to add to the information. Okay, so let's try another one. So let's say, for example, you're out for dinner and you're eating the food. Of course you need to talk about food. This is going to be a really important topic for you. Okay, so how about, yeah, this food isn't very spicy. Normally I like spicy food, actually. I haven't had spicy food in a while, but this restaurant, actually, it's been on my list. I've been wanting to come here for a while. Yeah, do you normally like spicy food? Oh, okay. Okay, really? Yeah. So you see as well how my facial expression has changed in response to what this person is saying. So the first thing that we've just covered is about looking at your surroundings and then ask, number one. Number two, looking for connection. Do you know any information about this person? Okay. Number three, bringing up things about yourself and then asking an open-ended question to see if they can then connect and add to your story. Okay, so I want us to do an exercise, and this exercise is called open, comment, open-ended question. Okay, so open, comment, open-ended question. So two parts of this are open to start the conversation, open-ended, and then in the second one is to just give a comment. Okay, so I'm going to open the conversation. Let's take another different example. Let's talk about homes. We can all connect to homes. Okay, so we are in the office. Colleague comes over, sitting on the sofa. I'm sitting there. I kind of know the colleague. I say hi, how are you? How's your day going? Okay, this is just polite. This is just normal. What I'm talking about is the next part after that. That's just being pleasant, being polite in English. Okay, hi, how are you? Yeah, how's your day going? Okay, good. Yeah. So you want to think about this person and open, a comment, and an open-ended question. Okay. Yeah, it's been a really busy day for me actually. I've had a lot of tasks to do. The workload is quite heavy at the moment. Yeah, would you say that your work is picking up, or your workload is quite heavy at the moment? What did I share? I shared information about myself. What is the comment that I made that person that can relate to? I said that it's busy, I'm tired, the workload is heavy, work is picking up, I have many tasks. And then I asked the open-ended question. Has your work picked up? Is your workload heavy at the moment? Of course, what is this person going to respond? Saying, yeah, it's so busy at the moment, got a lot of stuff going on. And then they're going to talk and you're going to listen. And then you're going to bring up a point based on what they've said. Okay, so let me say I'm the guy or the woman. I say, the workload has picked up a lot, and there's a lot of tasks. So I think it's a busy time at the moment. Okay, so I haven't said too much, but let's see what I can take from that. Okay. Yeah, I think at the moment, I don't think it's normally this busy, like during this season. I think especially this season, it's picked up a lot actually. And I remember last year, the workload was less. It was definitely a lighter workload. But I think this team, there's lots of things happening in the team. There have been some changes. A few people have left. We got a few newcomers. I think that this is not normal, but I think it's picking up a lot and the workload is getting heavier. So I've connected by saying about my idea of why maybe this is happening. Maybe someone new has joined. Maybe the staff has changed. I'm kind of just giving a dialogue over like a narrative of what I think may have happened. So this is something that we can do to practice conversation. Okay, how's it going? How's your week been? Have you had a busy day today? We like to talk about busyness. Busyness is always a good icebreaker, and then you connect because you're both busy. Everyone's busy. Even if you're not busy, you're busy doing nothing. So it's something that can be quite common that we like to relate to. Okay. So when it comes to openness, okay, when it comes to giving interest, having engaging conversations, the way to initiate a conversation like a pro is to start with an interesting opener, but don't overcomplicate it, okay? Don't think that you have to ask a question so complicated and so dramatic and you're taking it out of context. I think it's really important that you just use simple questions but just make sure you give information as well. Because if you're the one that just sits there asking questions, oh, how was that for you? Okay. Oh, yeah, so you've got a lot of things that you have to do. Okay. Oh, so why is your workload busy? Okay. Or why do you need to do it? It starts to feel like an interview. Okay, so you're just why, how, what? Okay. It's not good. It needs to be balanced. Conversation is a two-way street. Okay, so it's great to ask questions. You need to be able to ask questions, but balance it with giving detail, adding your emotion, adding your perspective. That's what's interesting about conversation. Okay, so instead of asking the question first, add a layer, add a second layer, add some detail, and then ask an open-ended question. Okay, so I think what you can take take away from this last part is to practice some of these exercises. I think it would be really useful for you to do some targeted drills to really practice your active vocabulary, to practice how you ask questions, to practice how you initiate conversations. If you found this video interesting today, guys, if you found it useful, I'd really recommend that you go to Vallo.com. That's VALLHO, Vallo.com. Vallo is an English coaching platform for working professionals. This is a coaching platform that will help you to get to your next level in English, to help you break your plateau. We use lots of different methods like language layering, active vocabulary practice, and targeted communication drills that really help you to use your active vocabulary, to use your voice, and to practice speaking clearly, coherently, and naturally with good pronunciation and in a good natural tone in English. Okay, so if you head over there, you'll get a free welcome call and you can join the English communication community. Okay, so I want to give you also a bonus, some bonus tips, some more information just at the end of this video. Okay, so another thing that I think is really important that you think about is building on your responses. Okay, so what I mean by that is when you ask that first question, so say for example, how's your week going? So that's part one. Okay, yeah, it's going well, it's going really well. Listen, actively listen, try to pick up a key information. Okay, he's going to play tennis after work. Okay, cool. Oh, you started to play tennis. Oh, that's really cool. How's it going? Is it quite, I heard it's actually quite hard to do the forehand and to serve. Like, would you say that you focused on getting better and playing competitively, or you're just playing for fun? Really nice, well-rounded question. Maybe I talked a little bit too much, but if it's a friend, that's kind of cool. It's a nice way to connect. Remember, everyone has their own language persona. Everyone has their own language personality in English. I'll do another video on that in the upcoming weeks. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really important to develop and build on those layers of conversation. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful today, guys. If you did, you can head to Vallo, that's VALLHO, and you can join the Vallo English communication platform. And I look forward to seeing you there, and enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.